Hi guys, I am Ankush, and in today's tutorial we are going to create a to-do app with MongoDB using decoder flows. Before starting, we need access to a MongoDB cloud database. So go to cloud.mongodb.com, register yourself and create a MongoDB cluster database. Once you do that, you'll be landing on this page. So now we need two things from here. One, we need our database connection URL. But before that, go to database network access and make sure you have 0.0.0.0/0 over here in your IPs. This will allow traffic from anywhere on the internet to be able to connect to this database. Or if you have a secure instance, and then what you can do is go to help section, get the IPs of decoder, copy these IPs and whitelist these IPs to be able to connect to your MongoDB database. Once you do that, open up Chrome again, go to database section and click on connect. Click on connect your applications and this will give us this database string to be able to connect to this database. Copy this. One more thing that we want to do over here is go to browse collection and create a collection for our to-do app. So we'll be adding our own data. So click on add my own data. The database name could be to-do app and the collection name could be to-dos. Click create. Okay, our collection is created. Yes. Now open up decoder app, click on start coding, create flow, click new. So the first one we are going to say create to do. This will create a to do node in the database. Choose from any of the default configurations. I'm going to use the 1x, the default, and you can see the tutorials over here. I'm going to close that section right now. Let's look for a MongoDB insert block. We got all these blocks for MongoDB. I'm particularly looking for insert a doc in MongoDB collection, this one. Okay, so this one requires the URL that we copied. So instead of providing the URL directly to this block, I'm going to create a secret variable for URL. What this does is it saves this URL data in encrypted form. So let's create the variable named Mongo URL. This is MongoDB URL, and in the default section paste the value that you copied. One thing I want to change over here is the password is not pre-filled, so you can just change your password. Okay, this password is something that you will get from the same cloud.mongodb.com where you got the connection URL. Now that we have it in URL, let's connect the MongoDB URL that we just created. In DB name, I think this was to-do_app. Collection name was to-dos, and the doc we want to insert. Let's say we want to insert item. Let's call it first task. Then we want to keep one variable for status of the task. Let's say by default when we add a task it is in pending state, and the third one we want to keep when the task was created. So instead of date, let's say it created at. So over here I need JavaScript function new date to get the date that's right now, and I'm going to convert it to ISO string. So to isostring. So if you are writing Node.js or JavaScript, you can use these double curly braces to enter expression mode, and you can enter any Node.js code over here. That's that. In optional inputs, comma separated list of fields that you want to convert to object ID. Nothing. Okay, we want to convert this created at to date object, so I'm going to use over here created at. I think all settings are done. One thing that we want to do before testing it out is change the trigger to widget, and which style I want to use. Let's go for this blue one. Press done. Okay, go to your home screen, click widgets, and add this action widget that you just created. Okay, so before testing it out, I want to create one more widget for the title of our app. So we're just going to use big text widget. Click plus button, go to add widget, and choose this big text one. Again, let's use the blue one. Let's call it to do app. Click on the widget to expand it, and in text let's write to do app. We can keep other things empty for this one. And now let's add this one too. Choose the tiles one, choose the newly created one over here. So if you are on Android 8 Plus, you can add widgets on your home screen from inside also, or you can go to your home screen, long press, and add the widgets. I think this looks good. Okay, let's tap the widget to see if it works. Okay, it's now running the connected flow. Okay, running. We got first widget updated and it says it successfully ran. Let's go inside the flow again to see the history, if it has added the task that we created. Okay, first task 25/11 is the date, and it says document added successfully. Looks like it worked. Okay, so what we have been able to do is we have created a button widget or action widget, clicking on which it adds a to-do item in our database. Now let's list out all the to-do items in our database. So for that, again open up the app. We're going to create one more widget to list all the items in our database. Let's call it list to-dos. Tap plus button and look for MongoDB fetch docs block. Don't need docs count, we need get MongoDB docs in a collection. I think this is the one I'm looking for. Again, this one requires URL, so we are like before, we are going to create a variable of secret type. Only difference in flow and secret variable is for secret variable the values are encrypted and are hidden, so you don't accidentally share them. Let's call it Mongo URL. and in password. Okay, to edit the URL, let's fill out this block's detail. In URL, connect the newly created URL. In DB name, it is todo_app. Collection name is to-dos. Click on optional inputs. So our query can be empty. We don't need to skip or limit anything. These are used for pagination, and we are not sorting. We don't need to sort or select right now. We only have 3 fields. Press done. I think that's about it. Let's test it out if we are getting the expected output. Okay, so it's running the flow. Click on view details, and we got our one task that's there on MongoDB. So what we want to do next is we want to pass this data to a list widget so it can represent that on our home screen. Click on plus button and click add widget. Instead of big text or other ones, choose list widget this time, and I want to use another, I think the same blue one over here too. Let's call it tasks. These are to do tasks. Press done, and the list widget takes array of JSON objects as input. You can create that from GUI or go to text mode and connect the variable coming from previous block named docs. Once you do that, in title we need to show the item. Pick the suggestion from UI widget, don't pick the suggestion from the previous block. And in description, let's show the status of the task. Okay, all done. Press done. Let's add this widget also to our home screen. Okay, looks like there is some issue. Let's edit again. I think I clicked it twice, so it got unlinked. Okay, seems like some problem with the app. Let me check it again if everything is fine. It's taking some time to load. Okay, I think it's now working. Yes, let's go back to home screen and drop our list widget. Okay, it's now there. One small hack over here near the time icon, if you click, you can refresh the connected flow. So I'm going to click that. Let's also resize it. Okay, it's now loading. Okay, we got our first task, which is in pending status right now. Okay, Let's try adding another task and see what happens. Okay, two things. The tasks widget didn't refresh, so let's refresh it manually for now. Okay, and we got another first task pending because the create to do widget is sending the same task again and again. So let's do two things. First, go to create to do, and instead of sending first task every time, let's ask the user what task he wants to add. So let's use ask for input, and the message could be what's the task. Select the type as text and enter the variable name, could be task. Now let's connect this variable to our MongoDB insert block. Instead of first task, now we're going to just say task coming from the ask for input and press done. One thing we realized, when we add a task, the list widget doesn't refresh. So what we want to do over here is we can use another block called call a flow, and we are going to call the list widgets flow, which was list to dos, and we don't have to care for other things, just press done. And this is going to call the second flow, which will refresh the list widget too. So now that we have made the changes, let's go back and see if our changes work. Okay, we get tap to provide input, click here, and let's say we want to say buy groceries. Now loading. Okay, you can notice the second widget is now updating, and we have got our task buy groceries. Okay, now that we are able to list the pending task, once you have done a task, how do you mark that as complete? For that, open up the app again, and we're going to need an icon to click on the list item so that we can change its status. I should have that in links article. Let me copy this. Go back to your list to do's flow, and go to tasks widget, and in action icon to provide this icon URL, press done. And I want to show you what does this one do, so I'm going to refresh the widget for now. Okay, so this adds a done button to mark a task done, but as you can see, nothing happens when you click on these. So let's work on that. So like programming, uh, when you click, you want to add an on click action, go to widget and see on the bottom part there is, if I click action 2, I can call a flow, or I can call an API, or I can call a web URL. So I want to call another flow which is going to change the status of the task. Press done over here, go back. Let's create another flow first. Let's make a flow which changes the status. Change task status. Okay, tap the plus button and search for update block for MongoDB. So we now need to update a MongoDB document. So let's look for an update block. We got an insert. Okay, this is the right one from Shubham. And we also need our MongoDB URL for this one also. So I'm going to go back to Chrome to copy the URL. Go to overview. And click on connect. We got the URL back. Like every other flow, let's create a variable to hold the URL. Let's name it Mongo URL. In the default value, provide the value, and in password, let's change the password to test123, which is password for this database. Okay, now let's connect the inputs for this block. In URL, let's connect our MongoDB URL. DB name was todo_app. Collection name is todos. And in update, I would be using the text type. So I want to set the variable status to done. So I'm going to need to use a little bit of JavaScript here. I'm going to say set status to done, and we are good. Let's see optional inputs. Okay, we need to provide a query. This will tell us which document is needed to be updated. So how do we do that? We don't know the ID of the document right now. For that, let's do one thing. Let's change the trigger of these flows to webhook, so other flow can call this flow, and then we're going to turn off or inactivate this block for now until we have all the data that this block requires. We do not have ID of the document. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect these flows together. Go back to your home screen, click on task widget again, expand the widget, and click on, if I click an action, call a flow, and let's select the newly created change task status flow. I'm going to make a post request on its webhook, and in the body I'm going to send the underscore ID field from the current iteration of this widget's data. So select underscore ID from the task, and so you notice there this refresh on completion. So what does this do is, when you change the status of the task, if I hit refresh on completion, if I turn this on, it's going to refresh the whole flow so that it can show the status change. So let's keep it on again. Now that we have made all the changes, let's refresh it. Going to take a couple of seconds, and this is done. Let's try changing the status of buy groceries. So click on this button, and now you can see the loading bar came, and it says secondary flow running, and went really quickly. Let's see what happened. We're going to go to our change task status flow and see in the history if we got any event. Okay, we have one event, and this is something that we are looking for, the ID of the document that we need to update, that we have got in the body. So let's go ahead. turn on our block to update the document, and in optional inputs I'm going to use GUI mode over here. So let's make this empty and use GUI mode. Add an element. The key is ID and the value is the ID that's coming from webhook that we have sent from another flow. That's done. We also need to specify if any field that need to be converted to MongoDB object ID. Sorry, let's call it underscore ID and press done, and I think it should work. Let's test it out. Now you can see that the status hasn't changed, so let's click on it again. sorry about this. So it's updating the widget now, and you can see that the status of buy grocery is changed to done. Okay, so at this point you can add a task, you can change the status of the task to done. One more thing I want to do, I want to keep track of how many tasks those are done or how many tasks are pending throughout the week. So let's go back to task flow again, and we are going to use 2 more blocks for MongoDB to get the count of pending tasks and get the count of tasks those are done. So search for MongoDB count block. I think MongoDB docs count in a collection. This one is something that we are looking for. Expand it, provide all the inputs. I think it is to do app, collection name is to do's, optional inputs. Okay, this time we want to specify the query. What's the query? The query is find me the count of all the documents or all the tasks where status is pending. Okay, that's about it. And we want to do one more thing, that is let's copy this block. Okay, we got it over here with underscore 0 as the ID, and I also want to find all the documents count, notes count where the status is done. So let's change this to done. Okay, all cool. We have got the count of documents or tasks. Now I need another widget to show those counts. So let's go ahead and add those 2 widgets. One for pending. I'm gonna use the darker one this time. For some reason I'm liking this. Let's say pending tasks. Press OK. And now is the time to connect these variables. So these blocks provide count as output, and make sure you use non_01 while selecting the pending. So in the text I'm going to say count, and I'll choose the one from the top one. In the title I'm going to say these are pending tasks, and description is these are the okay, all good. I'm going to add another widget for tasks those are completed. Similarly, name it completed task. All done. Press OK. Go back and expand this completed task one. This time make sure to select the count from underscore 01, which is for completed task, and the title can be completed task. and let's just say these are completed tasks. Press done. Okay, all is saved. Let's go out of the app. Now remove this app. I'm gonna need to make this a little bit smaller for now to add those two extra widgets. Drag and drop this widget and select the pending task one first, and then select the completed one. Okay, let's make it a little bit smaller. That's too small. And let's resize the list widget to this. At this point it looks almost all complete. So before testing everything, let's refresh this one once. I also forgot one more thing. I'll just go back and do that. Okay, there are two pending tasks and one completed task, and we can see that's true. Go back to this task flow, and we want these widgets to refresh every hour. So let's schedule it to refresh every hour. So these will be refreshing every hour now. Go back and now close. So at this point our to-do app is almost complete. Let's change the layout a little bit. Okay, so let's test the complete functionality. Just to summarize before trying it out, we created the first flow to create a to-do note. Then we created the second flow to create this list, and then we created the third flow to add a click listener to the list item so that we can change the status of the task. And then we came back to the second flow and we added some additional widgets to keep track of how many pending or completed tasks are there. So let's test it out once. Okay, it's now running the connected flow. Tap to provide input. And what's the task? The task is walk the dog. Okay, as you can see, doesn't open up the app if you are outside the app. You don't have to use the app while using the widgets. All done. You can see that secondary widgets are now updating. So these widgets can talk to each other and sort of act like app screens. Okay, and we got our task, walk the dog. Let's change status of this one. Let's say click on this icon and it's now executing our third flow, the secondary flow, and it's now updating. Okay, these are updated now. We now have two completed tasks and two pending tasks. So that's about it. That's how you create a to-do app with MongoDB. So very similarly, you can create your own if you are a developer or CTO working in a company and you want to create your technical dashboards connecting with your database, say MongoDB, PostgreSQL, or MySQL or MS SQL. We have those blogs over there, and you can create your own dashboards. And instead of, for example, instead of these pending tasks or completed tasks, you could have number of registered users. You could track how much is the revenue last day, how many subscriptions sold. All of those things are possible. We have even graph widgets, we have image widget, text widgets. All of those things are available and the possibilities are enormous.